Well, that sucked. I'm glad it warned me this time so it didn't just cut me off and I went through all the rest of this for nothing. Put you back down here right quick. Now, it actually cut off right at a good time. So I was fixing to get my star anise out. I'm going to use this for protecting the money that comes in this household. So I'm going to put quite a few of those in there. Not because I want more money, but because, well, money's always nice, but I haven't put enough stuff in here to get this jar full, so it's going to look empty if I don't do something, isn't it? Put 3 good handfuls of those in. Okay. We'll enchant these. Okay. Now, I'm going to use my black salt. This is for protection and also for returning a hex if anybody tries to send one my way. We're just going to dump quite a bit of that in there because I made another new bottle over there with y'all the other day, so I've got plenty. And this is the only time of year I do this. I do one, I make a new one every year, and I'll explain that to you at the end. And it's already, it knows what its purpose is, so I don't need to enchant it. Now the thyme I'm going to use for protecting our health. When I'm done with this bottle, it's going to smell really good, but once you close it, you don't open it. Got those in there. Gonna enchant it right quick. Okay. Keep looking up there at my screen, like I said, you know, before my audio went out or it just stopped taping, it just didn't let me know, and I was just rambling all along like an idiot. But okay, next we're going to use marjoram. I'm going to put like 3 tablespoons of this in here. And this is going to be in case any type of legal matter pops up. We are protected from that. Like somebody suing us, or I don't know, whatever could pop up that we'd have to go to court. That's what I'm using this for. Enchant this. Okay. Now next will be one more for specifically for protection. It's angelica root. This is pretty good stuff. So I'm just going to put one pretty good sized tablespoon in there. Woo. Or throw it all over my cloth, whichever comes first. Enchant it. Okay. Now we're going to use valerian root. Oh boy. For those of you that have never used this herb or this root, oh my gosh, it stinks. I'm telling you, it smells like dirty feet. It's really bad. And even in this glass jar, and I open my apothecary, my herb cabinet, you can still smell it throughout my bedroom. It's just that loud and it's pretty rancid. Woo! It's amazing. And I mean, you think about it, it's also used for protection, but I'm going to use it for purification. You wouldn't think that something that stunk this bad, I guess it would purify the air. It'd scare anything away. Pretty nasty stuff. Ugh. I can't hardly stand working with it, but it's good. And believe it or not, a little story behind these. The flowers that go to these they smell beautiful. One of the best smelling flowers there are. But man, this root, whew, wow. Ugh. It's really bad. You don't believe me? Buy you some to smell of it. It's bad. It smells like the worst dirty fig you've ever smelled in your life. I'm gonna enchant now. Okay. And the next one, I'm going to use chamomile. Now, this is also for purification. It has a lot of different properties to it, but in this jar or this bottle, it's going to be for purification. We'll put some of that in there. Enchant it. Okay. Now, finally, the last one, and you don't have to put near as many of these herbs in here. You can get a little tiny bottle and put 1 or 2 little pieces of an herb in. It's all about your intent anyway. I'm doing this so it can sit around in my house and look pretty. So next, I have, just for extra protection, even from bad spirits or anything that wants to, hang out and hang around and bother me, I'm going to put a stick of Palo Santo in there. That just came out of the top of my head. I don't know why. I started not to because it looks kind of weird sitting just on the top like that. But I have an idea for something later, so. And of course, it's already blessed, and I don't need to enchant it. It's for one sole purpose, and it knows what it is. I'm gonna put one more ingredient in there, one more herb anyway. I'm gonna wipe my spoon off so I don't contaminate. Okay, I'm gonna use mugwort. Now it also has a lot of different properties for it, but in this bottle, it's going to be for strength. It's going to be for strength to give all the rest of my herbs the strength to do their jobs, and to protect our strength in the house, the strength of the house, the household, the strength that holds us together, makes us a family. Anything that requires strength. And this mugwort, if you ever messed with it, it kind of sticks together. So be careful how you pour it out or get it out, and you end up dumping a big old, some of them be little bitty pieces, and some all of a sudden you'll get a big old, look like a clump of a spider web with stuff on it. But that's what that's for. It's the strength. So I'm going to enchant it. Okay. And I am going to add just a little bit, a few resin pieces of sweet myrrh. Let's put that in there. And that's kind of like an offering, an incense, something sacred to put in there and bind all these together to do their specific jobs and to work as a wonderful magical jar together as teamwork. It's be a magical bottle. I'm going to enchant the myrrh a little bit. Okay. And I believe, let's put you back up here. I believe that, we don't do this by ourselves. It's all teamwork. Your herbs, I'm going to put the lid on this right quick so none of my, no, I'm not, because I'm not really done with it. But I believe that all of, it takes everything. It takes your intent, mostly your intent, your herbs that are made and formed for this sort of thing, your spirits. That's another reason I put the myrrh in here, the sweet myrrh. It was kind of an offering to the spirits, because the spirits are watching you when you cast these spells, whether you evoke them or not. They are noticing you. They're watching what you're doing, and they may choose to, lend you a hand, empower your jar or your bottle even more. This is how I believe. So as I said, on the other ritual that I was doing the other night, I forget what it was now, but I said I always try to give an offering. When we were doing a protection spell, I always try to give some sort of, wow, my candle's flame just went like that, like they're agreeing with me. Isn't that cool? You can't see it, but it's just got brighter and brighter, perfectly tall. Anyway, you can give them something, that will attract them to it. And go, that's sweet myrrh. Where's that coming from? And go, oh, well, this is for this and that. And, she thought enough of us to put something like this in here, then we're going to aid her. We're going to help her. Now, the old witches' bottles, most of the witches would usually buy a bottle. A lot of them look like the old Tommy moonshine jug bottles. A bunch of them have, and you can still buy them. You still see them every once in a while. They have faces on them. I believe the face is, this is what I believe, and then what I have been told throughout my years. A face, and it's usually smiling or something like that, gives it character. It's like it's alive, so negative energy wants to cling to it. It kind of draws the negative energy to it, kind of like a fly trap. It's like, oh, this looks pretty. I mean, if you see a poisonous snake, most of poisonous snakes are beautiful. You just want to walk up and look at it, check it out. Well, it'll bite your ass, and it's poisonous. It can kill you. Whole purpose of my jar or my bottle, you stop calling it a jar, it's a bottle. I want it to draw that any negative energy that comes in this house. I want it to be drawn to this bottle, so my bottle can suck it in and get rid of it. Just like a fly trap. If you want flies gone, you put up fly traps. They're drawn to it for some reason, and then they stick in it. Moths to a flame, that sort of thing. A lot of witches in their bottles, if you're going to bury it, you don't want anything coming off of that bottle. So you can stick it down in there with some glue, some clear glue, like paste it over, put your glue on your face, the face of, your paper, and stick it where it's showing out, through your jar or your bottle. And then get a paintbrush or something and press it down really good. Then when that dries, you can go over the back of it, and it'll stay in your jar, because you're going to have other stuff in there. You let that dry really good, and then put all your other stuff in there. But that's the purpose of the face. Now with mine, it's going to look pretty. A lot of it smells pretty till they get right up on it and they smell that valerian root. It's pretty nasty stuff. My star anise in here, though, it almost covers up that smell, and it's the only thing I found that can come anywhere close to it. So I just figured something out. I just learned something. You put enough star anise, over your valerian root, and it'll drown out that horrible smell. So now you can put anything, you can decorate it however you want. I am going, after I get done with this video, I'm going to put some more stuff in here. I'm not quite sure what all I want to put. It'll just be for decoration. I've got all the stuff in there that I feel I need to put in there for my purpose. Get it around here. See, it just looks like potpourri now. So it's not ugly to set around your house. I have some little trinkets that you can get online or at the dollar store. You can probably get them at Hobby Lobby, some kind of arts and crafts store. They're like little charms. There's we've got moons in there, suns, little stars, a lightning bolt. There's little things that you can put on charms. I've even got a couple of little pinnacles in there. I'm probably going to take a few of these and maybe glue some of them around because they'll stay on there. And no matter what I do with this bottle, I will want them on there. They're cute and they're pretty. So, also a lot of the witches, when they get rid of their jars or they're done with them, they put the lid on and they burn a black candle over the top of it and let it run down, or how many ever candles in different colors. Sometimes they have red and white and black and pink, just all running, which makes the bottle look really pretty. And it also seals it. Well, with this bottle, and I know some witches say you can't ever open it again, and you have to get rid of the bottle. Well, I don't do that. I don't believe that. It's just like any other spell that I do. Some I do bury. The other ones, the second I open up the jar, I will cut my hand over it and I will speak into it. I'll disarm it. I take everything back. I take all the magical properties out of whatever I've put in there for whatever reason. And then I dump them all in my fire and I burn them. Now I don't do this. It just depends on if there's a bottle I like. I'm not going to go bury this perfectly big, beautiful bottle. I'm not going to do it. So I'll deprogram it and clean it off really good. Smudge the inside of it again, and the next time, or I'll use it for next year. When I make my new, I'll just make all new stuff in there. I may decide I want to turn this into my moon water jug. Who knows? But I don't see any sense in throwing it away or burying it somewhere. Not for this anyway. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go bury it and be done with it. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to tell you about it. Like I said, I'm going to put some more stuff in here. I won't burn the candle on top of it either. And this lid fits down in here so well that it ain't coming off. I have to really tug and pull on it to get it off and twist it and all that. So I'm perfectly fine with my lid the way it is. Now I may glue a pinnacle on top, and just for looks, I may drop a little bit of wax around it so it looks witchy, and you can get some cord and put it around here and use that to string your your little stuff around on, and so it'll look like a little charm bracelet hanging all the way down if you don't want to super glue them on here. Use your imagination. You can tie a pretty, a black ribbon around it. I would use black because it's for protection and black banishes negativity. You can do that. Just use your imagination, whatever you want to do with it. But that's my out of the box jar. And I try to twist it up and turn it around really good so them nails aren't as visible and they don't bust I may put some more roses in here, fill it up, or some more hibiscus, something pretty in there. I don't know yet. And then when I'm done with it completely, and I put this lid on it for the last time until next year, this lid will not come back off again. It should not ever come off. If for some reason you don't have a thick, if you're gonna have a bottle sitting around your house like I'm doing, make sure it's really thick glass like this so it doesn't get broke. Because if it does break, you got a mess on your hands. You're gonna have to do a lot of cleansing yourself, your home, to get rid of anything that's spilled out of there or let go when it broke. Also, on my intent in here, all energy is, I won't say all energy is good energy. That's not what I'm saying. It's energy. And in order to have one, we have to have the other. That's why there's the balance. So instead of banishing, the energy, I try to program this like a recycler. Like if the bad energy comes in, then it swoops around in here and all my stuff gets a hold of it and shoots it back out as positive energy. It'd be like a dehumidifier, anything else you would set in your house to clean your air, that's how I do with these. That's why they can sit around my house. And that's why when I can open them after the year's over, because there's no nasty energy gathered up in here. It's all been dissipated. It's all been moved around and recycled and pushed back out into the atmosphere as good energy. Okay. Because I'm sure we have enough bad energy out there. My little bit of energy going in here and soaking out is going to overpower the balance equation of good and bad energy. Anyway, because I think negative energy is created a lot more and a lot faster than positive. Even from human beings, because we tend to think negatively a lot. We have our doubts and we're so hard and down on ourselves, and you think, oh, I'm not going to do that, I won't do any good anyway. Well, that's negative. So do that however you want. The traditional way is to, and I forgot to tell you too, you do need to put some kind of DNA. And if it's just for you, then just put your DNA in there. In my case, it'll be for me, my husband, and our cats. So I'm not going to put all that gunky stuff in it because it's going to be sitting out in my house. And if anybody asks me about it, or wants to pick it up, I won't let them pick it up if I can catch them. But if they ask me about it, I want to see a tampon in there. Ooh. So I'm just going to use hair. And I have long hair. My old man has long hair. And then our cats shed all the time. So I'm not going to have any trouble finding enough hair to put in there. So I'll get some of my hair, his hair, my cat's hair, and I'll put that in there. That'll probably be, one of the last things I do. Or I may put it down on top of this. So whenever I put my other roses or hibiscus flowers, whatever I want to put on top of it. It'll be down in the middle with all the other good stuff. You can wing it. I don't know if anybody else does it this way. If you do, I would like to know, because I honestly thought that I made this up, that I invented it. And maybe another one of you witches out there have done the same thing. It would be very interesting to know and to see your bottle. I'd love to see it. What you put in yours, or to make it pretty or whatever. But as far as it is right now, I don't know of any other witch that does it this way. So now I've given away one of my secrets. Dang it. Oh well. That's what we're here for, is to share. And if you have any other ideas, please comment. If you don't like the way I do it, or don't agree with some of my methods or the way I think, that's fine too. You can say that. Just don't be tacky. Or I'll delete your comment, and I'm very open. I want to hear everybody's comments and stuff, but there's no need in being all tacky. And I know how some witches can be. I've caught myself, and that's another thing I want to say while I'm thinking about it. As I've said before, I don't want any of you to think you have to do things the way I do them. And I try to be really careful not to say you need to do this. And even with the plastic, now I will be straight up for you. I don't like plastic. I've told you why. I think it absorbs and takes out a lot of the energy that comes from whatever's in it. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that I order herbs that come in, they send them in plastic. Everybody's, they do that. So immediately, if I can, and I have something to put them in, I usually have something to put them in before I order them. I know what jar I want, or what herb I want to go in what jar. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. I get them out as soon as I can, and I enchant them. I'll put my own essence in them. Another good way to put your essence in is breathe. Just breathe into the jar. As soon as you dump them out in that glass jar, breathe in there. And if you don't have glass and you have to have a container for something, that's fine. Use plastic. I just don't like it. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. That doesn't mean that you can't do it. Okay. I meant to reiterate on that a couple of videos ago, because I think that's the only thing I said don't do. But when I say don't do it, I mean I don't do it. And I'll catch myself, because I'm not trying to tell you how to do your magic or in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm telling you how I do things. And you can if I give you a spell or something, you can use the exact same spell or the exact same ingredients, but add something to it to make it your own, or replace something that I've put in there to make it your own. That way it is yours, and you're not, because what works for me may not work for you. Just because my certain magic works for me, you have to figure out your own magic. That's why there's going to be a lot of experimenting in you new witches. Try to say that. In the new witches future, because it's going to be trial and error. Even us seasoned witches, usually we find something that works, a spell or whatever, we stick with it because we know it works. But then at the back of our mind, we're creative creatures, so we want to say, okay, well, that one works. I'm going to write that down in my grimoire, and then I'm going to go here and try to reinvent something else, see if I can make this work. So there you have it. Make it your own. If you want to do your bottle this way, you can see how other witches do it. That's just my way of keeping it in my house and it not looking tacky. And I think it's going to do me a lot more good sitting in my house where negative energy may be roaming than out buried in my backyard somewhere. See what I mean? But that's my thought process, and it's my magic, and I've done it my entire life. So, and it works. So I keep doing it. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I have one more thing that I would like to show y'all. I don't know, because this is like my third video today. I do want to show you my money oil. I'm not going to make it because I have too much. I have a big mason jar full of it because it's money and success oil. I was making a bunch of it because a lot of my friends have me do money spells for them, and some of the witches I know want to try it, but all of a sudden they just don't want it anymore. So I'm stuck with this whole big old, quart jar of money oil. So I'm not going to make any more, but I will bring the jar out and show you. And I may go get that right quick and just do it and get it over with. That way I know I've given y'all at least one oil to work on. Okay? Thank you very much. Like and subscribe if you like my crazy ass. Bye. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.